supplements and nutrition and things like that. And that's definitely important, but something I have really been on a path on lately is manifesting. And I think this really comes into play when you're trying to manifest something like a baby, like a pregnancy. And this can definitely be very difficult, but the number one thing I'd recommend in terms of this is just surrendering to the journey. And looking back at when I got pregnant with my son, like there were so many months where I'm like, I need to get pregnant. Like this needs to be my month. Like, let's do this. I feel like a lot of us who are trying to conceive have been there, right? And I'm currently trying to conceive my second. So just being honest with that. And like every month, like I'd get my period and I'd just be devastated. And then the month that I ended up conceiving my son was the one month where I was just like, whatever. Like it was my 30th birthday. We went on a trip. Like I wasn't really thinking about it. We got back and I was like not thinking about being pregnant at all. Finally, my period was late. I took a test and I was like, holy shit, I'm pregnant. And it was the 1 month where I really like surrendered. And sure, it can be a coincidence, but I also think this is really important. I'll talk a little bit more about that soon too. When I conceived the baby that I ended up miscarrying this year, it was the same thing. Like it was the cycle where I was not watching my 2-week weight at all. Like wasn't really thinking about it. Like my kid had been sick during my fertile window. So I was like, we maybe had sex like once in that fertile window because we had other things going on. So I was like, it's not my month. And then all of a sudden I was like, I think my period is late. Sure enough, pregnant. So in terms of manifestation, if you're not super familiar with it, it is all about surrendering, surrendering to the journey, letting go of the how, letting go of the outcome, which is really hard when you're trying to conceive because you're like, I want a baby, right? But I think if we can do that and we can really surrender, not only does that help manifest this baby into our life, but it also just makes it easier on us because this last cycle, like I'm going to be really honest here, I was like really set on getting pregnant. I did like a million pregnancy tests and like the whole 2-week wait, I was like symptom spotting. And honestly, it was not fun. So this cycle, I am just like, you know what, like, yeah, I'll eat like super healthy during the 2-week wait. I'll prepare and feel like I am pregnant. But also just surrendering. And if I'm not pregnant this month, that's okay. Like just trusting in the outcome. So both surrendering to the journey and then also trusting in the outcome, trusting that this baby is coming to you, but surrendering the how of how it happens. I have a few more videos coming up, I think, on really manifesting your baby and really the journey towards that. So stay tuned if that's something you're interested in. It is a little bit different than my usual content, but honestly, like I'm not all science. I'm also about like spirituality and things like that. So stay tuned for more content like this. And I hope you have your baby this year. That is my biggest hope for you. That is my biggest hope for me. Like, let's get pregnant. Let's do this.